Now then turn back to Psalm 142, because this is the prayer. And I want you just listen to these few last remaining marks, and then we're going to pray. I just want to ask you about these two things. I want to tell you this. There will be times in your life where you will be meeting people who have been through the ravages of this life. Life has been cruel to them. Maybe they've been through a broken, a painful separation from someone they used to love to. Maybe there's been a separation from a mentor or a father figure. Maybe there's a best friend has let them down. Maybe they've lost their integrity and they've started to or maybe they've actually lost their, and acted like insane. They've lost their dignity. They just feel, I have nothing. Do you know, I want you to know, I could not be a Christian minister if I didn't believe that somehow wonderfully that Jesus has the power and strength to pick someone up from the very bottom. I couldn't do this work unless I absolutely believe. One of the old hymns, it says something like this: the vilest offender who truly believes that moment from Jesus, a pardon receives. And so it might be that even this week you might feel and meet somebody who has been totally broken by the ravages of this life. I want you to know we have good news for such people. There is hope in Jesus Christ. But it also may be that you, and please God it won't happen, but it may be that you experience, or maybe even now you're experiencing, you're thinking my life is falling apart. Do you know the very first sermon that Jesus ever preached? I love it when I think about this. All of that Jesus could have chosen to preach on. He said, I've come to heal the brokenhearted. Don't you love that? That's the message we have. We've come to heal the brokenhearted. And so I want you to listen in two ways. One, when you're next confronted by someone who just feel like somehow this world has chewed them up and spat them out, you can say there's hope. Or maybe if you're ever in a situation where you say, man, life is so difficult right now. Listen to these verses. From verse 5. When you're in that situation, when you're in that cave of Adullam and there appears no way out, it's just the first thing I want to say, look up. Look up to God. Look up to God. Be real with Him. Begin to talk to Him about how you're feeling. I think that's so important. He says, I cry to you, O Lord, for you are my refuge. That's the hope of the Christian. Lord, when no one else can help, you can help. When there's hope nowhere else, you are my hope. You are my strength. You are my refuge. Psalmist says, I've been old and I've been young, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. Listen, God doesn't despise that cry. And when we cry and turn to Him in our need, when we look up to Him. Remember when the Bible talks about when Jesus was tempted? Do you remember that? That the devil comes to Jesus, and on 3 occasions the devil says, look down, get down, throw yourself down. One of the ways you can know when you're not hearing God, because He'll make you want to feel down about yourself, down about others, down about your circumstances. Do you know what the Bible says? Jesus says, lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. God is with you. Look up to God, and He will sustain, and He will help you.